Vancouver is not the only place opening new tiny shelter villages. Salem is doing something similar. Our reporter Blair Best was at a city-owned site where they were putting the finishing touches on the shelters.
I have the stability of being more permanent.
Kay Carey moved into this shelter community last April. She'd been living in a tent for 6 years.
We're not looking over our shoulder because the cops are going to come in and tell us to move.
She's able to stay with her dogs and family, something other shelters don't allow.
That was one major thing, and me and my husband can be together. Other shelters would separate us.
But it's more than just a place to call home. There are case managers on site to help with medical care, job, and apartment searches.
So they're getting connected to all the resources just on one site without even having to leave.
Josh Erickson runs Church at the Park. He says 400 people are on a wait list for one of these shelters, and they're focusing on bringing in more women.
Salem has a large population of unsheltered women, and so how do we, support the most vulnerable in our community?
We can take them from being homeless and get them out of the transitional housing into a job or an apartment. That's huge.
Sonia Wheeler runs Idomo, the company building the shelters.
To see the beds in them and the sheets on the beds and the coverings on the windows, it's really neat.
This is the first step out of a tent a lot of times and into an actual roof over your head.
Salem City Councilor Chris Hoy says the number of chronically homeless people in the area, meaning those who have been without housing for 3 or more years, is double the national average. He believes micro-shelters play a critical role in their response to this crisis.
It's not just a Salem issue, it's not an Oregon issue, it's a nationwide issue.
A sense of security, it's still stressful. It really is, because I really want into my own place. It's been too long.
Those at Church at the Park plan to fill the new shelters tomorrow. And Blair, I think a lot of people wonder, do these systems really work? Do people move out of these into more stable housing?
Well, Pat, these shelters are a form of transitional housing. In just the past year, more than 50% of the people living in these shelters have since found their own apartment. So clearly it's a method that's working. Now, the director of the program says it's really the stability that these shelters give people that makes all the difference.
And so by having actually a place where I know I can lock my door and I can leave, I can go get a job. I can go meet with case managers. I can get connected to resources. But if I think I'm going to lose everything the moment I leave my tent, they're not going to be able to make it anywhere.
Now, again, tomorrow, 40 people, making it a total of 80, will be moving out of their tents and into these shelters. And from there, with the help of local nonprofits, they'll be building the resources that they need in order to find more permanent housing. Pat?
All right, thank you, Blair. And by the way, we want to welcome you to KGW as our newest reporter. Blair comes from the other Portland, Maine, where she's been killing it out there. Blair will be covering the homeless issues here in our region. Welcome, Blair.